12 car, Ryan Newman now coming down pit road to make the stop. Remember, he's one of the cars that stayed out. Let's go down to Jamie Little.
Ryan Newman, you're right, Doc. He did stay out. They wanted to get that track position, but now, of course, the track is green. So they're going to take right sides, move over to the left side for Ryan Newman. Pretty happy with his car. Doc?
So he pitted, and we'll be expecting to see the 8 car as he comes on the pit road here. Budweiser Chevy for Earnhardt Jr., who was turning some of the fastest laps of the afternoon here, quicker than the leaders, but now he is on pit road headed to you, Alan Bestwick.
And Tony Gibson, the crew chief, calling out to make sure you get the grill. Want to make sure they clean that piece of debris off it. So watch for the front tire carrier. After he comes around there, see him reach for that paper. He grabbed it, pulled it away. 4 tire change here. And then comes the part Junior doesn't like with this car set up today. Fresh tires for a little while.
Pretty good pit stop for Tony Gibson and crew. Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to go back out and get up to speed.
All right, well, we're here to think starts again now. These guys can run about 13 laps longer than Dale Jr. The leaders can. So, Andy, it's going to be a fuel mileage thing again. Who, if the caution flings out, some of these guys are going to get themselves in trouble.
Other car that had not pitted yet is Casey Mears. He's being shown in 4th position. Mears, who stayed out, and there's Ryan Newman with the brand new fresh tires on the racetrack. Just goes slipping right on by the 29 car of Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, you'll see just how much these new tires are worth over this 29 car. They'll drive right away from him. This 12 car and the 8 car pitted within a lap of each other. They were running pretty close to each other right before they pitted, so they got fresh tires now and they can start making some time.
You know, a lot of drivers like different types of tires. Some drivers like a scuffed tire, some of them like a brand new tire. And as Alan Bestwick was telling us, the 8 car at Dale Jr. just doesn't like those new tires. But I would say most of the guys do like them. Most of them like that real quick grip, but some do it different.
Take a look at our Ford lap leaders here, and you'll see that Kyle Busch has led the more laps, and he's led all year long. 4 times for 116 laps. Jeff Gordon has led 20 laps. Truex, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Juan Pablo Montoya, and Kurt Busch. There have been 11 lead changes among 6 different leaders. 184 laps in the books at Texas Motor Speedway. You're watching ESPN on ABC.
Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. Jimmy Johnson is in his pit box. 4 tires, no changes. They're just warning him, hey, it's going to tighten up because that sun is going down. The entire track is almost shaded. He's down and away for that green flag pit stop. Let's go to Mike Massaro.
And Matt Kenseth still a little bit tight. They'll go down one half turn on the left rear wedge. 4 tire change in fuel for Matt Kenseth. He's away. Let's go to Jamie.
And Martin Truex Jr. in, as I reported just a little bit ago, he said his car is not to his liking. It wasn't as nice as what he said, actually. They're going to take 4 tires. He scraped the wall just a little bit. They were going to check for damage. He's down and away. Dave?
Kyle Busch gave up the lead earlier under green. It worked out for them. It cycled around. He's doing the same thing here. This time, car tight. Turns 1 and 2, especially 4 tire change, air pressure adjustment. Mike?
And Kevin Harvick still trying to get that car right. He's described it as terrible all day long. Another air pressure adjustment on that car. 4 tire change in fuel on the 29.
Harvick coming down pit road. Tony Stewart still in getting service and getting 4 tires. He is now down and away. You see him leading. Jeff Gordon entering pit road, coming down that 45 miles an hour to make what should be his scheduled stop. They still have to make at least 2 more stops, maybe even 3. Let's go down to the 2 pit and Jamie.
And Kurt Busch rallied back from that flat tire. He's in his pit box. Crew chief Pat Tryson said, hey, we have a long way to go. We'll be fine. He's right. They worked his way up. 4 tires. And let's go to Allen.
And a big turn on the wedge bolt for Jeff Gordon's crew as they make a 4 tire change here, trying to help him with that right side grip that he said is lacking on this car. Dave?
Clint Boyer now hits pit road, 45-mile-an-hour speed limit, hits his pit box. 4 tire change for him. He's been complaining also that car will not turn. You see the wrench going in the back window. That'll be a wedge adjustment, just a small one for Clint at this point. Guys moving around on the left-hand side now, getting it full of fuel. Remember, these runs have been very long today. Want to make sure every drop's in there, and now he's gone.
0-7, Clint Boyer going down. You're going to hear a lot of guys, I guess, Andy, talking about these cars not turning as the track's cooling off and those shadows are coming across.
Yeah, you're going to be hearing a whole lot more of that. And you got Ricky Rudd out here leading the race after all these guys pitted.
Yeah, how about Ricky Rudd in his final year of his illustrious 32-year career? The 88 car for Rudd. Rudd making his 904th career start. His best finish fourth here back in the spring of 2002 when he led 29 laps. Kevin Harvick now going by. You heard him talking about how bad Harvick's car has been handling today. You consider how bad the car has been. He has done a heck of a job to keep this car in the top 15.
Yeah, the rest of them, I got fresher tires, but Ricky Rudd's been out for a long time, and Andy, his lap times are awful good. I mean, that last time by, in fact, this time by also. So he's right there in the hunt for speed.
He's got a good long-run car, but it seems like these guys get new tires. They can drive away from him pretty good. And he's not had any track position unless they do this pit cycle like we're seeing here.
Lap 194 of 334. And what's going on down here in the pits, guys?
Well, you see him putting, it looks like they're going to add a wheel spacer to the left rear. The only reason I could think maybe they're doing this is because they could have left the left rear wheel loose, and that kind of messes up the threads, dulls the threads in that area, so that maybe they put this spacer on there, put the wheel out on some better threads so the wheel will tighten up.
Yeah, that's happened a lot. If you get a loose wheel, it'll wobble and it'll actually tear the threads up real bad. And Andy, that's a great catch, because I never thought of that one, but yeah, if they bring it out, that'll definitely fix their problem.
Yeah, Ricky Coleman, the rear tire carrier out of Orlando, giving us our crew cam shots of the repairs being made on Greg Biffle's car.
Now, the good news is they got it fixed. The bad news is they're 3 laps down now. It'll take a while to change that.
Ricky Rudd is the leader at Texas Motor Speedway. Here's the 42 car, who is down a cylinder, running on 7 cylinders. AB?
Yeah, called that in on the radio just a little while ago, Doc, and it's going to be a long struggle for the second half of the race at this high-speed place if you're only operating on 7 under the hood.
Juan Pablo Montoya, who took off and led 10 laps early in the afternoon, now just trying to hang on 7 cylinders here for the final 138 laps.
Boy, the Ganassi team's having a struggle today. They've all had fast cars. The 41 car of Reed Sorensen, the 42 car, and the 40, all of them running good. 2 of them have crashed. Now one of them's lost a motor, so a tough deal.
137 laps to go, and Ricky Rudd is our leader. Rudd's best finish this year, 7th at Charlotte back in May. Back after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
ESPN's coverage of NASCAR Nextel Cup Series on ABC. Brought to you by Shell, made to move, and Lowe's, proud home of Jimmy Johnson and Team 48.
Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway. It's been labeled big and bad, and with 7 cautions, it has been bad. But you could almost say this is a day of truce in the chase for the Nextel Cup, because drivers will truly be mathematically eliminated after today. And all day long, we've been watching that cat and mouse game up front. Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, and now they have switched positions at the top of the points, Jason.
Yeah, they absolutely have, but they keep each other within eyesight throughout the day. Jeff Gordon's race car is not as perfect as he'd like for it to be, but they continue to manipulate and work on that race car and try to get it better. Jimmy Johnson's been very solid all day long, so they're both within earshot, and that lead is going to change for the rest of these 135 laps, whatever it is, until we get to the end of the day. And then Jeff Gordon, I think, will come on strong and make a hard run.
Clint Boyer sits in 11th. He has probably been one of the most consistent drivers in the chase. What have you thought of his car today?
Well, I think Clint Boyer's done a good job today. He's always been very consistent all year long, finishing over 96% of the laps run this season. But he just has to get up front. He needs to win this event in order to have a chance to ensconce himself deep enough into the point scenario going into next week. Right now, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, they're both staying within the top 12, so that doesn't help Clint Boyer at all. He has to get up front, lead some laps, and maybe have a chance to win this thing. He's got a charge.
And as always, pit strategy has been huge today. Jamie?
Oh my gosh, Kurt Busch's problems continue just when he works his way back up in the top 5. Susie, he had a bad vibration on the right front. They thought it was a tire issue. They didn't want to chance it since they've already had 1 flat. They brought it in, 4 tires and fuel, and the 2 is down and gone.
Boy, Kurt Busch just cannot buy a break here, having to go back in the pits and come back out now in the 2 car. now being shown a lap down in 23rd position. Well, time now to reveal the results from our AT&T Crew Chief Challenge. We asked the question of the 4 drivers who have won here at Texas Motor Speedway in the chase. Who has the best chance to repeat today? Is it Jeff Burton, Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, or Tony Stewart? What do you think, guys?
I'm going to go with D, Tony Stewart. I don't know yet.
I'm going to go with A, Jeff Burton.
Okay.
Burton, the only 2-time winner here, and it is A, Jeff Burton.
Put it on me there.
There we go. He's won here twice, man.
All right, I didn't think about that part.
Yeah, he's the only driver to repeat. Burton got his very first win here in 1997, and he won his last race here back in the spring of this year. And, of course, driving the AT&T Chevy. Burton coming from the back of the pack now, running awfully well.
Jeff Burton, I apologize for not picking you.
5-car up front, Kyle Busch. This is the most laps that Kyle Busch has led in a race this year. He led 106 laps at Martinsville 2 races ago. He has now led 129 here at Texas today.
Well, that 11 car, he's been strong throughout the day. He's got that Dale Earnhardt Jr. line right on top of the track where he's got a lot of momentum. And his lap times, I mean, he is, the first 3 positions are almost identical right now, but he is running these guys down. Got a great car.
Have you ever run that high line like this, Rusty, like these guys are doing?
Man, I never had enough nerve to get that high. You know, I was more of a bottom of the track type guy. Getting up at the top of the wall, I don't like it up there. It's faster, looks cooler. No room for error, though.
Denny Hamlin had not led a lap today and still has not. He tried to make the pass and couldn't quite hang on. Kyle Busch up high, Hamlin down near Denton, Texas on the inside, but he will make the pass now as Hamlin now becomes the leader. Jamie.
Well, Denny Hamlin and his team, Doc, they just trying to redeem themselves after what they went through last weekend with the bad luck having the water in the fuel. Well, Denny was frustrated at his team and thought, man, you guys can't even get the fuel right. What's going on here? If you remember on that restart, he basically shut down and caused that big pileup at the end of the race. But after they went back and looked at it, NASCAR did a great job researching and found out at least 20 teams had water in the fuel. So this week, back to normal. Denny Hamlin running up front. He wants to get a win here before one of these last 3 races is done, guys, because they know they're not really in contention for that championship. They want to win, and this is a track that he loves. And obviously, as the changing track conditions occur, he's able to run all over the place. Doc?
Yeah, Jamie, that issue in Atlanta cost him 2 spots in the chase standings. He's back to 10th position, and he becomes the 6th different driver in the chase to lead this race here today. But the guy who's led the most laps, Kyle Busch. Let's check in his pits with Dave.
Yeah, Jerry, and he's gone back to second now, just reported on the radio that his car will not turn in the center of the corner as A.J. Allmendinger brings out the caution and hits the inside wall, guys.
And man, that was a big hit. I mean, he come flying down and hit the inside of that wall. He's tore that Red Bull car to smithereens right there.
It's not been A.J. Allmendinger's day at all. It's about the 3rd time he's crashed this car.
Yeah, you can see it now.
Might be the last.
Yeah, that baby's going to go back to the garage here, and that could be the end for that day with 122 laps to go. 122 laps left now.
He's talking.
The car sliding off the corner. Allmendinger, who qualified 5th. Kevin Harvick just getting by. There's a 31 of Burton getting by, and Allmendinger's car comes right across and just tags that inside concrete wall.
Let's watch Kevin Harvick right here. Oh, right on the top, in the smoke.
In front of you, stay high. There you go. Caution. No caution yet.
Just cleared it. Watch his brakes are locked up. And that was it. But guys, right before that, the brakes were locked up, and he let off the brakes, and that thing took off and running the wall. And that's one thing you don't want to do. You always want to keep the brakes applied. And generally, the car will spin to the bottom and stop.
There's A.J. Allmendinger, the former Champ Car Rookie of the Year. Had a big year in open wheel racing a year ago with 5 wins, and now running for Rookie of the Year here in NASCAR. Best qualifying effort of his career. He started 5th today, and you could see the frustration. He really wanted to have a good run here toward the end of his rookie year. Let's check out our Allstate Good Hands move of the race. As Kevin Harvick is a driver who made it with an ill-handling race car, he still managed to miss the spinning car of A.J. Allmendinger. On behalf of Kevin Harvick, Allstate will donate $1,000 to the Urban Youth Racing School. But watch him just come through in the smoke.
Take a look on the brakes. He's doing pretty good. He lets off the brake. Oh, don't do that. And when he lets off, it takes back off into the wall. And that's just something he'll learn not to do next time.
Well, pit stops, 121 laps to go, and they're going to come down pit road. Hanlon will lead them down. Kyle Busch, Burton, and Johnson. Let's go down to Dave Burns.
To get Kyle's car back, rear tire changer Josh Kirk will take extra time to take a spring rubber out of the left rear spring. They'll also make a track bar adjustment to save the exit of the corner. Alan?
And top right box, Jeff Gordon's team going to make a track bar adjustment, and also we're going to watch to see if they do something with a spring rubber on that right rear side to try and help this car's turning ability in the center of the corner. Jamie?
And Jimmy Johnson said his car is lazy through the center, but on the exit, he's okay. They took